All right, let's move on. Underworld Don Dawood Ibrahim's brother Iqbal Kaskar has made some startling revelations during his interrogation, exposing Pakistan's lie. Iqbal Kaskar confirmed that the dreaded Don is indeed in Pakistan. Iqbal Kaskar also revealed 3 addresses of the Don in Karachi. Not just this, he has said that he was in touch with Dawood Ibrahim's first wife, Meher, and had also spoken to her last year when she visited his family in Dubai, saying his message was passed to Dawood through Meher and that she was the link between Dawood and him. Iqbal Kaskar, who was arrested on charges of extortion, made these revelations during questioning by the Thane Police Commissioner Paramveer Singh.
Kaskar, have you been able to meet him after he was sent back to police custody?
Well, I did meet him in the court day before yesterday when he was arrested and produced in the court. That's about all. Now the police is investigating whatever they have to investigate, and the matter is again kept on 28th by the Thane court. Hopefully on that day we'll get the bail.
Have you been able to speak to Kaskar? What did he say about this case?
He said, मुझे कुछ पता ही नहीं है, वो 20 गाड़ियों से सराउंड कर गए, 40 लोग आ गए, उठा के ले गए, मुझे क्या पता क्या क्यों लेके आए.
Do you think Thane police is able to get to, they have been questioning a whole lot of people. Do you think they'll be able to get the evidence that is required in this case?
आपने देखा ना यहाँ पे 4.5 साल केस चला था. What could they get? Did a single witness turn hostile in the case? The answer is no. Everybody stuck to his own police statement. Yet what happened? He was acquitted. अभी आप ऐसे ही पकड़ते रहोगे तो क्या होगा नतीजा?
So are you saying that this will be another case against Kaskar where he will be acquitted?
He will be discharged accordingly. Yeah.
Sir, also just one question. Like as any, his brother is, since Kaskar is here, is Dawood making any efforts to get him out?
Not to my knowledge.
But has he spoken to you?
No.
Okay. But then, since Kaskar has told the police that, Dawood is in there, he's been in touch with Anis Ibrahim, and that, he had also been in touch with Dawood.
पर ये बात आपने भी सुनी है, मैंने भी सुनी है कि Dawood wants to come back. आपने सुनी है ना? तो फिर क्या होता है? बताइए. कुछ नहीं.
But does Dawood really want?
But he is interested.
All right, moving on. India has once again slammed Pakistan at the UN for allowing terror haven to flourish on Indian soil. India gave a point-by-point rebuttal to Pakistan Prime Minister Abbasi at the UN after he accused India of violating human rights in Kashmir. India countered Pakistan by saying Jammu and Kashmir is its integral part, calling Pakistan Terroristan. India also questioned the rogue nation's credentials in raising human rights issues when it is perpetuating brutalities on its own countrymen. India questioned how a country that legitimizes terror can play the victim card. Abbasi had demanded an international investigation into atrocities in Kashmir and urged UN to appoint a special envoy to Jammu and Kashmir.
As in the past, today the Kashmiri people are waging a heroic and populist struggle to rid themselves of India's oppressive rule. They come out in the streets daily to call on India to leave Jammu and Kashmir. India has responded with massive and indiscriminate force to suppress the Kashmiris. We ask that the United Nations Secretary General and the High Commissioner for Human Rights send an inquiry commission to occupied Kashmir to verify the nature and extent of India's human rights violations, secure the punishment of those responsible, and provide justice and relief to the victims.
Having diverted billions of dollars in international military and development aid towards creating a dangerous infrastructure of terror on its own territory, Pakistan is now speaking of the high cost of its terror industry. The polluter in this case is paying the price. Mr. President, even as terrorists thrive in Pakistan and roam its streets with impunity, we have heard it lecture about the protection of human rights in India. The world does not need lessons on democracy and human rights from a country whose situation is charitably described as a failed state.
All right, with that, we're going to go into a quick break. To stay with us, news and updates continue on the other side. We're back shortly. All right, the latest news break coming in right now. It was touted to be taken over by the CBI, the case of Rayan International and the murder of 7-year-old Pradyuman. News coming in that the CBI has finally taken over the case. That's the latest coming in. An FIR will be registered today and the official takeover of the case by the CBI. Earlier on, the Chief Minister of Haryana, Iqbal Kaskar, had come to visit the parents of 7-year-old Pradyuman, and he had promised them that the case would be handed over to the CBI as the parents had demanded, and finally the CBI taking over the case. However, they'd be starting from scratch on various issues. Ankit, the case finally been taken over by the CBI, but they have their task cut out, and sadly so, with utter confusion. A, B, the tampered evidence, and C, the main accused taking back his statement.
Well, these are the challenges, Preeti, that the CBI is going to face now. But yes, the big news is that today the CBI has formally taken over the case. An FIR will be registered by the CBI on this, and we are expecting that tomorrow itself a team of CBI is going to visit Rayan International School in Gurugram to just, the first assessment of that school where 7-year-old Pradyuman was killed. In fact, he was murdered after his throat was split. The conductor, the Gurgaon police had been saying right from the beginning it was the conductor. They had said that he had confessed as well. But, he said so on the camera. But in the court, he has gone back. He said he was beaten up, coerced into that confession. On the other hand, the parents have been extremely livid by the fact that the school was open before the CBI could take over. So there are a lot of questions the CBI will have to, in fact, answer and look into challenges there for the CBI team that is going to take over this case.
Ankit, I'll ask you one more question. Is there a time frame till the CBI needs to file its own charge sheet? Because there was one prepared by the Haryana police, but of course, since the takeover of the CBI, they were not able to release that.
Well, Preeti, as of now, CBI, usually for CBI probe, there is not, a time frame that is set. And as of now, it will be too early for CBI officials even to come to a point where they can think that they can file a charge sheet. The initial thing from tomorrow would be first to go to the spot, also take the case file from the Haryana police, see their investigation, and then accordingly they will start interrogating, meeting people, interrogating them, questioning them. The parents would also come and depose. Apart from that, the conductor would be questioned by the CBI. We have also been told that the CBI would only be investigating the murder. The Haryana police is still looking into the negligence aspect as far as the management is concerned.
All right, thank you, Ankit, for joining us. Well, one thing there is to note here that the CBI has 2 days, which is this weekend now, because the school, which is under the Haryana government right now, will reopen on Monday morning for students. Thank you, Ankit, for joining us with that quick update. All right, what we're going to do is now move to our focus story there. The Prime Minister is in his own constituency for 2 days. He came in this afternoon, Prime Minister Modi in Varanasi, to inaugurate several developmental projects. Well, it's his own way of giving back to his constituency, it seems. After his arrival in the city, he first inaugurated the Deen Dayal Trade Facilitation Center for Handicrafts. He will also flagged off the Mahanama Express train from Varanasi to Vadodara. Interesting to note here, is he in election mode already for Gujarat, because this train connects Varanasi all the way to Vadodara. Now, in just about 15 minutes, we are getting in word that there will be a mega roadshow and massive public gathering already. It's been raining incessantly in Banaras is what we know. Therefore, this roadshow, which was planned for about 6 p.m. will now start at about 6:45 p.m. Let's listen in.
आपको मालूम है, जब मैं बनारस में चुनाव लड़ने के लिए आया था, तो उसके साथ साथ मैं बड़ौदा में भी चुनाव लड़ रहा, और बड़ौदा ने भी मुझे भारी मतों से विजयी बनाया। बनारस ने भी मुझे भारी मतों से विजयी बनाया। लेकिन जब एक सीट छोड़ने की बात आई, तो मैंने सोचा कि बड़ौदा को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए बहुत सारे मेरे साथी वहां हैं। बड़ौदा की प्रगति के लिए वो कोई कमी नहीं रखेंगे, लेकिन काशी के लिए अगर मैं अपना समय खपाता हूं तो शायद मेरे जीवन का संतोष। मैं यहाँ के ऑटो रिक्शा ड्राइवरों से, टैक्सी वालों से आग्रह करूंगा कि काशी में अगर कोई भी टूरिस्ट आता है, उस टूरिस्ट को यहाँ जरूर ले आइए। एक ही जगह पर काशी क्षेत्र के सामर्थ्य का उसको परिचय करवाइए, और जो भी टूरिस्ट आएगा कुछ न कुछ तो खरीद करके जाएगा। विदेशी टूरिस्ट आएगा वो तो शायद यहाँ का हफ्ते का नाम नहीं। हमारी कोशिश ये है कि विकास के वो बातें साकार हो ताकि गरीब से गरीब की जिंदगी में बदलाव लाने का अवसर तैयार हो, हमारे गरीबों का सशक्तिकरण हो। अगर हमारे गरीब के हाथ में कुछ सामर्थ्य आ जाए, कोई अर्थव्यवस्था आ जाए, उसको काम करने का अवसर मिल जाए, तो मुझे विश्वास है हिंदुस्तान का कोई भी गरीब नहीं रहता। पहले ऐसी सरकारें आगे गई जिनको विकास से नफरत जैसा माहौल, उनके लिए सरकारी तिजोरी चुनाव जीतने के कार्यक्रमों में तबाह हो जाती है। काशी में आज एक वाटर एम्बुलेंस का भी लोकार्पण हुआ, जल शव वाहिनी का भी लोकार्पण हुआ। जब मैंने पहली बार जल शव वाहिनी का विचार रखा था तो कई लोगों को आश्चर्य हुआ। मैंने कहा काशी के ट्रैफिक की समस्या और श्मशान यात्रा में जुड़े हुए लोगों की समस्या, उसका निकाल करने के लिए हमें पानी के मार्ग का भी उपयोग करना चाहिए, जल मार्ग का भी उपयोग करना चाहिए। हमारे जल मार्ग में एक ताकत है, उसको आर्थिक विकास से जोड़ना, हमारे जल मार्ग को सामान्य मानवीय की सुविधाओं से जोड़ना, टूरिस्ट के नाते जो गतिविधियां होती है उससे और अधिक आगे बढ़ाना, उस दिशा में हमने कई प्रयास शुरू किए हैं। उसी के तहत आज इसका भी लोकार्पण होगा।
All right, so just about 10 minutes is what we are expecting that he will embark on this massive roadshow. He's done it many a times over, especially during his campaigning in Banaras, in Varanasi. So this is what the route is going to look like, that the Prime Minister will take. Massive route there that he will take on this roadshow. What we do know, people already lined up waiting for him to start. That is the route of the mega show. Which is going to commence in just about 15 minutes. He's done this many times over, like we pointed out during his campaign for his constituency in 2014. I'm joined right now by editor research Ajit Jha. We're also joined by Polumi Saha and Rohit Singh, who are joining us from Ground Zero, Varanasi. Before I come to you, Ajit, let's get a quick word in from our reporters and when we're expecting this roadshow to actually kick in. Polumi, if I can come to you there. You know, it was supposed to start at 6 p.m. It's been raining. Things are delayed. When do we see this massive roadshow and what are we expecting?
Well, the Prime Minister, of course, now is engaged with interacting with the BJP Karyakartas at the DLW guest house here in Varanasi, after which he will embark on this journey, which is a 7-kilometer stretch between the DLW guest house to the Tulsi Manas Mandir, where he will be going to inaugurate a postage stamp on the Ramayana, because the Tulsi Manas Mandir is where the Ramcharitramanas was written by the Hindu poet saint Kavi Tulsidas. After that, of course, he'll go to the Durga Kund, just a few meters away from the Tulsi Manas Mandir, and seek blessings of Goddess Durga at the Durga Mata Mandir. So it is a 7-kilometer stretch, like you've been pointing out. It has been raining in bits and parts through Varanasi throughout the day today, and hence it remains to be seen when the Prime Minister will embark on that road show, whether he indeed will in fact, comments on it, given the paucity of time as well, or will it be partially a road show and partially he will just drive through, because it is a long 7-kilometer stretch, and given the Prime Minister's popularity, it could take a long while if he were to make a road show out of this entire stretch, because he's required to be at the mandir at a certain point of time before he, of course, retires for the night by about 8:45 p.m. This evening, which is as per the schedule and the itinerary that we received ahead of his arrival here in Varanasi.
All right, Purnami, stay on with me. Let me also bring in our colleague Rohit, who's also joining us from a different location. You know, Rohit, there seems to be now a little bit of a worry, especially for people who've gathered there since the course of the day, waiting to catch a glimpse of the Prime Minister on that road show. It's been incessantly raining, and Mr. Modi will keep his date with Ma Durga at 8 p.m. because that's where he's going to conduct that puja. How is it all going to be possible in 1 hour to, you know, actually conduct this massive road show that was planned?
Well, Preeti, let me tell you, it was earlier in the day that it was raining in Varanasi, but it's not raining anymore here in Varanasi. The weather is absolutely clear, and right now I am at the Tulsi Manas temple in Varanasi, and behind me you can see this beautiful temple where the Prime Minister will be arriving in a short while from now, because it will be a road show from DLW guest house to the Tulsi Manas temple, and 7 o'clock is when we are learning that he will be here. 25 minutes he will be spending here. He will be doing a small darshan inside and also releasing a postal stamp.
Bring a lot of chairs. We are hearing a lot of people.
And from there, 7:25 is the time when he will be coming out of the...
Rohit, we are hearing a lot of people. We are hearing a lot of chairs. Where is all this noise coming from?
I'll just show you, because... Just... I was about to tell you that because 7:25 when the Prime Minister comes out of the Tulsi Manas temple, this is the stretch of road which he will be taking till the Durga Kund temple, and on the other side of the road you can see that there are several people here on the other side of the road, all waiting anxiously to get a glimpse of the Prime Minister, and that is why they are cheering here. Massive security deployment has been put in place here, and everyone waiting to get a glimpse of the Prime Minister.
Okay, well, he's not decided whether or not he's going to embark on that road show right now. That's the word we are getting in. Well, those people there would be utterly disappointed. We're going to come to Ajit and get a perspective on that. A quick break, we'll go back to our reporters. All right, we're waiting for that big road show to kick in right now. We have editor Research India Today, Ajit, in the studio with me. You know, Ajit, let's just look at this in perspective. After that big win in UP, first visit back to his constituency, time to give back.
Absolutely. In fact, look at Mr. Modi is actually great on symbolic politics and timing. He is using Dussehra to not only make a religious point and give back to his constituency and connect with the people, but as you rightly pointed out, a political message right there. He's connecting Varanasi with Vadodara and Surat. He's pointed out that textiles is, a big thing in Varanasi. They produce a lot of wonderful, silk material and other kinds of textile carpets. So he wants that to be exported. And therefore the connection of the Mahamana Express with Gujarat. And he has tweeted on that, saying that how he wants to wipe out poverty from eastern UP, from the rest of India, by connecting it through the export of textiles. So look at it. I mean, he goes for symbolic politics, Dussehra, connects it with politics, connects it with history. Ramayana written by Tulsidas ji, he goes to that place. So all of that is done with a political purpose at the very end, right before the Gujarat elections, right at the time when there is some criticism about how the economy is tanking from 7 to 5.7. He's sort of fighting the battle, remove poverty, let's spend on infrastructure, spend on sanitation, because the whole idea is that if you bring in massive public investment, the economy might start sort of turning around. So he begins with his constituency in Varanasi. So it's very, very well timed.
The optics have always been a part, such a major part of his politics, every time. And this time exactly the road show, it's what he does. All the time.
Normally, conventionally, a Prime Minister never does road show. First Prime Minister to do road show, and he has made it so popular that now you find it being imitated by others all around. So, I mean, yeah, absolutely. And in the road show, he connects with the people in a massive way. And then again, it's televised all over and through tweets and through the social media. So it's a great exercise in campaign. And that also during a time when people will think he's having a vacation in his constituency.
Right. You know what we're going to do is, well, that's the route map. So in just about 15 minutes, Prime Minister Modi will embark on that roadshow. Like we showed you visuals, people already lined up, waiting for a glimpse of somebody who represents them, their constituency. We're going to get you detailed coverage of this from 8 to 8:30 p.m. as well. For now, it's a wrap at 6 p.m. We, of course, will see you Monday, 6 p.m. Have a good evening.